Okay, we are live. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to interLULL between Gameweek 11 and Gameweek 12. Nothing to do, nothing to do in our life also. Everyone is in sleepy eyes on a Saturday morning. But let's get started with the fixtures, boys. Anything, any thoughts before we start with the fixture wise? And one of you can share the screen for the fixtures.
Yes, let me do that. Uh, yeah, clearly inter-lull, which is creating a massive lull in life. But yeah,
Yeah,
it is what it is. I think the
yeah,
good part is we have this on a Saturday morning. Clearly, I think the only motivation to get up on a Saturday morning seems to be this for now.
Yes, yes.
But
um,
yeah,
full disclosure, I woke up 15 minutes before, washed my face, brushed my teeth, and was like, yes, okay, shouldn't sleep again. I need to catch up with the guys. Otherwise, I was gonna sleep for another hour because football was cancelled today. Only reason.
Good part
okay,
is I think
okay.
the test going on, so some sports to watch and before this international breaks gets over.
Yep, yep. All right, let's get straight into the results from last week then. Yeah.
Yes.
Should we start with the first game? I think I'll take this one up. I was watching it live, and oh my god, probably the most dreadful first half of Premier League football that I have watched this season. It was so bad. It was so bad. I mean, I don't even know how United went in front, like nothing of a goal, and yeah, just terrible. I think the halftime show was being covered. Like you had Berbatov uh, during the halftime interval, and you were just like, yeah, you could just fall asleep watching this half. It was that
Yeah,
bad. All the drama happened towards the end of the game. I think with United, like Spurs scoring two, Richarlison doing his shirt celebration. Now he's entering some unique record books for shirt
can I take this?
celebrations.
Can I take this? Can
Yeah,
I take this? For
yeah, yeah.
stats, anything sports related stats, I will take this. So Richarlison has this unique record of Spurs not winning any game where he's taken his shirt off.
Yeah, it's like when he takes his shirt off, Spurs
Perfect.
eventually end up
And
not winning the game. Like
beautiful, I
they are
think.
winning the game when he takes the shirt off, honestly,
Yeah.
at that
And I
point.
think he so I don't know who it was. I'm not able to recall. I
Tell or
also watched this
someone
game.
he was
Yeah. They
pushing
just
him.
trying frantically not to let him take his
Take the
shirt off. He's like, no, I will take my shirt off. It is my birthright. Just run. Crazy.
Oh my god. Yeah, yeah.
but
Insane. Yeah.
But from United Assets point of view, like I'm still thinking like to get Mbuemo or a Bruno in the team. From the fixtures point of view, they have a good run of fixtures now till like long time. But like after such performances, I again become skeptical of okay, shall I go for it? Shall I not go for it? Because if you see till game week 2021, their fixture rate is very good. No top six teams, I think, apart from Crystal Palace and Newcastle.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
very good fixture, and they have. But yeah, let's see. I think we'll wait and make that decision towards the end only. I want to get one of the United asset because of the fixture and because of how attacking they are. We discussed that in last to last pod that they are just creating the chaos. But I don't know what happened in this match. They were not able to do that.
It was just two subpar teams playing against each other from this game perspective, honestly. As for the United assets, I have taken an early bullet.
Oh,
I've gotten Embuemo in already, given that he was going to rise in prices on Sunday. So similar to what Pranav did a couple of weeks back, taking Embuemo on a hit, I've also done that. So I'll say more about my transfers a little later, but I think Bruno and Embuemo are the only two people.
yeah.
The thing of being a Bruno owner earlier this season was that he was very frustrating to own. There was not enough. Like he was there, he was seeing the ball, but there was not enough. There's not
Yeah.
enough upside. Like it was very frustrating to watch. So you're paying 9 million for somebody who's playing as a left eight. So I couldn't bear that. But Mbuemo is somebody um, who's more visually attacking. You will see him attacking, you'll see him playing. So yeah, I took the bullet. Having been Acuna owner, yeah, that was frustrating as well. So that's it. Last one. Hopefully, Mbuemo till game week 15 uh, helps. Now, speaking of Mbuemo, there is one thing about the African Cup of Nations that's coming up as well. So there's more likelihood that he will leave by the. I think he's gonna leave by the.
Game week 16. But
Yeah,
might ask because their fixtures are late Cameron's fiction, so they are requesting if he can play game week 17 also, but that's unknown.
yeah,
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 I
exactly.
think we'll cover that
Yes, yes.
separately on what happens
Yeah,
there. But just like quickly moving to the next game, then Everton Fulham seems like a pretty straightforward win for Everton. Watched a little bit of this game. Fulham again. I think somewhere the team just gets tired by the second half. They don't have enough firepower to clear up their finish off their chances. I still hold my conviction that Fulham are a good football playing team. Unfortunately, the results haven't gone their way, and yeah, it's more of a I don't know energy drop off that happens. Like they don't have those catalyst kind of players who can come off the bench and really make a difference. So yeah, pretty straightforward for Everton, I think. Iliman NGI, I think very much top of my potential transfer ins for the upcoming weeks. I know he might also be another player who will go for AFCON
Yes.
for Senegal, but what a player! Yeah, I was just reading or watching somewhere that NGI is kind of like the mini Bruno, and that makes so much sense. Like even in terms of how he plays on the pitch, it's like he takes that liberty to make those key passes or the through balls, takes his chances, takes random shots, and somehow or the other, like most of the time, something clicks for him. So yeah, very exciting asset.
yeah,
But Pranav, like Newcastle home, Bournemouth away, Chelsea away, and Arsenal home if he plays game week 17. So like that's 3 to 4 tough fixtures in the span of six. So something to think before getting him in.
True, true. I mean, of course, the whole fixture thing is going to be a consideration, but like just an exciting asset from like
Correct.
price
He's
range of
exciting to
six
own.
and a half
Yes.
mil. Yeah, yeah, he's exciting to own. Yeah.
One
Any
just
thoughts on
point.
this game? Yeah.
One point on the Fulham defense, like all the content creators, they are saying, okay, get Anderson, set and forget for the DEFCON. But as you mentioned, I don't know what happens by the second half. Fulham is not just able to like not concede the goal, and like biggest points come in if you have kept the clean sheet plus the DEFCONs.
yeah.
So just having 2 or 3 points, I don't think that's enough, and there are many other exciting defenders to own apart from Anderson.
100%. And I think another thing that we still need to consider again, uh, NDI for me, he is not somebody who is top of my list. Again, maybe myopic of me, but I don't think there's enough upside from an Everton attacker. As for Fulham, I feel that this uncertainty of Marco Silva, what's happening with his contract situation, is Fulham going to extend, not extend? Fulham, I think, are a couple of points above the relegation spots right now, which is also slightly concerning for a team. I know a couple of weeks back, or maybe even further back, Pranav had mentioned Marco Silva team. They will come back, they will bounce back. They have the quality in them, in a coach like him, but I don't know, there's something that's happening there. So hence Anderson is a no go for me. And again, Everton also, I'm not convinced honestly, and they're going to fall off a cliff again when AFCON happens and India has to go. So stay away is my suggestion, especially with the fixture and that Chimpy was suggesting as well.
Yeah, yeah, fair, fair. On to the next one. I think West Ham Burnley. All three of us predicted a West Ham win, and clearly they won. All of us predicted that both sides will score, and so it did happen that way. 3-2 win for West Ham. I know Adarsh is a bit frustrated by the lack of points Bowen managed. And I think Kyle Walker Peters also put an apology on
Yes,
Instagram
yes.
saying
He did.
sorry, sorry to all Bowen owners. Yeah.
No. Yeah. So I think the rationale or the thought process of me going against Haaland this week was right, or and going to Bowen as
It
a player
wasn't
was
right,
also
by the
right.
way. Sorry. And Haaland scored the penalty. It wasn't right by any
Yes.
means.
And
Yeah.
had Kyle Walker Peters not been there,
No,
Bowen
no,
would
no,
have
no,
scored
no,
a
no, 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 no,
man.
no, no, no.
Let's not
Let's
talk
talk
about ifs and
facts.
buts.
Okay. No, no. Facts are that going against Haaland was not really a great
No,
choice.
no. So again, all the goals that we see, there were chances for Bowen. Uh, he was more involved this game, uh, and I think the rationale or the my takeaway here is Burnley coming away to any big team is a captainable fixture. If Bowen, Suchek, etc. are able to score, so Burnley visiting, let's say, a Liverpool, Burnley visiting, let's say, an Arsenal, uh, at the Emirates is a captainable fixture, which again Haaland has proved with his triple captaincy as well. So I think that's a uh, given how extremely bad they were defending, conceding chances, letting people overrun you in the midfield. Definitely something to consider and look at. Okay, thankfully Haaland missed a penalty, so I didn't get a that big a red arrow. But yeah, lick my wounds and go on for the next week as well.
Yeah, but just another thought there. Like, I know Burnley conceded a lot of chances and, shipped in 3 goals. But then the way they played against Arsenal at home, and I know you're talking about away fixtures,
Yeah.
but I just feel against the bigger teams, or let me put it this way, against West Ham, maybe Scott Parker felt they are there for the taking and they played a certain way, which then which then left them exposed defensively. However, when they go to a Liverpool or a Man City or someone of that uh, like caliber in terms of opponent players, then
Hmm.
they might not use the same tactics. They might actually sit back like how they did against Arsenal at home.
So fair enough, fair enough. But the reason why I'm saying away games is basically
Mm,
because these teams do get an early goal. If they do get an early goal, it's going to be a mauling,
mm,
and there are high chances of that being happening. Again, with constant pressure, with the fans on the head on top of the Burnley team. If you remember, the Haaland triple captain worked because Haaland scored 2 goals in the 90th minute.
mm.
Like one was 89, and I think both were mistakes. A miscommunication between the defenders and the back pass or something along those lines. So there is going to be options. So, for example, okay, I agree with you from a Liverpool and a Arsenal perspective, but let's say they go to Sellers Park. Mateta is very,
Mm.
very captainable in that fixture. Majorly because they will concede a lot of chances. They will concede like Mateta will hog the uh,
Yeah,
goal
yeah. I agree. Like it's a very captainable fixture. Let's say when Burnley go away to Bournemouth, Semenyo is very captainable.
hundred
When they
percent,
go
hundred
to
percent.
Palace, very captainable.
Yeah,
When they go to Brighton, like potentially if anyone has Minte or
Welbeck.
Welbeck or whatever, that's a punt probably.
yeah,
Not as banker as like a Semenyo or a Mateta.
hundred
But
percent. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Against the very top, I would say they might change their
No, no.
style of
So,
fair
playing.
enough, fair
Pranav,
enough.
so
Yeah,
just expanding on your point, what you said, why Mateta is very captainable versus Burnley, because most of the goal, if there are 3 goals on the score sheet, out of that three, two Mateta will be involved.
yeah.
Same with
Yeah.
Haaland. That's not the case with Bowen, but others. That's why it was a very high risk, low reward kind of a captain, I
Not
literally say.
necessarily actually. So if you look
There
at the
is no
talisman
but now
theory,
after Wilson coming in and he playing 70-80 minutes, Bowen is on the wings, right? He's not playing. He's not the only talisman of the team right now.
no, no. So talisman theory is basically where the lion's share of goal contributions, who is the person who's contributing for it. So before Wilson came into the team, it was Fulcraig who was playing the striker.
Hmm.
That I'm saying because I was a Fulcraig owner.
Hmm.
So I've had that stupid transfer as well. And Bowen has always been playing on the wings. I
Just
think
check the
by
data. Like 3 goals, Bowen, Paqueta 3 goals so far, Wilson 2 goals, Socek 2 goals. Nothing to separate
correct,
a lot. Versus
correct,
if
correct.
you see Crystal Palace or you say City stats so far this season, Haaland, Mateta will be top, and the gap between the first and the second will be big. That's the
Correct, correct. So
captaincy cost.
I'm not talking about just goals. I'm talking about goals plus assists. And when I got Bowen 3 weeks back, he was 67% in the goals that West Ham had scored. Wilson scored the 2 goals over the last 2 game weeks. Suchek scored over the last 2 game weeks when he came on versus Newcastle and when he came on against Burnley. So that part is there. Even Diouf
Diouf
and
is on
Bowen.
3 assists, Bowen is on 1 assist.
Correct, correct. So again, you have to consider that with West Ham and the number of goals that they scored as well.
Yeah,
Uh,
I was just going to come there. Like probably last 2 game weeks are a good, I know very small sample size, but a good sample size of potentially what's to come. Because the way they started their season, I think Bowen on his just individual brilliance was trying to get something
Correct.
for them.
100%. Yeah, yeah.
Which going forward to what Chimpy is saying might be the
Agreed.
case where everything
Agreed,
gets
agreed.
spread out.
Goals, yeah,
Yeah.
it is spread out the share of the goals and assist.
Like for
Yes.
example, over the last one last thing, over the last 2 game weeks, West Ham had scored like what 6 goals. Uh,
Hmm.
Till before that, like overall they've scored 13 goals. So
Yeah.
like they
So
were on
seven in the
7 goals,
last.
like
Yeah, in the
seven
nine.
seven in the
Yeah.
first 9 game weeks, and of that seven, Bowen was involved in 4, which is why he was
Yeah.
highly talismanic at that
It's
point of time.
it's fine. I still feel chimpy, and I feel that it wasn't a good pick anyway. But we'll keep that aside.
Better than SA, better than SA.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Coming to the next one, I think one of the big, I would say, big results of the weekend. Uh, I I think we covered this. Adarsh and I were on it last week. Chimpy missed out on that one, and we missed Chimpy big time. But Adarsh, I did say it's like I'm
Yeah,
on that spectrum of it being 1-1,
Mm.
0-1. Yeah, like it can be like so edgy this game. That's how it turned out. This was more of a gut play where I said, okay, let me do this. But I mean, not a gut play, rather more a wishful thinking that oh, they'll win it. And clearly, all three of us got it wrong here. Shout out to Sunderland. What a
What a
performance!
second
Mega
goal and that.
performance.
Wow.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, but mega performance from them, for sure. I think there is this other thought that I had. Come March or April, Sunderland might not remain top six. They might not remain top eight. They might not even remain top 10. Is what I feel. They might be somewhere between the 9 to 12 bracket. And then people might have this theory where, oh, you know what, Arsenal actually dropped points away from home when they played Sunderland or whatever. But some things, like not all things are great in hindsight, because what Sunderland are today and right now, they are in absolute top form. They have like so much going for them, in terms of how fans are feeling pumped, all the new signings coming back to the Premier League, winning their first set of games, etc., etc. I think they lived up to the billing of where they are in the table right now, and it was a really tough fixture right now. Maybe come game week 30, someone like City going to Sunderland away, they might pummel Sunderland, sure. But that's not the same yardstick to look at. Yeah, this is for me in the future. Yeah.
no, no, fair. And again, on the goal, that the second goal, Chimpy saying that it was a great goal. I personally think it was a Raya mistake. It was a Raya error on goal, majorly because he did not need to charge to the goal, or he did not need to charge to the ball. Even if Gabriel couldn't contain it, he would have been able to easily take care of the follow up because the player had already committed to doing the overhead kick even as soon as the ball was in the air. So
Are you
Raya
sure?
unnecessary.
Like, are you
I am.
sure? Like 9 out of 10 times, I would feel that the player wouldn't try something like that, and Raya would have eventually got the ball. So I want to like cut some slack there for Raya to say that it's not his mistake, but
So
it's
I'm
okay.
seeing
Like,
No,
It's
no,
like just one of those moments. Yeah, it's
it is,
fine.
it is. But what I mean to say is, the goal wouldn't have happened had Raya stayed put on the goal line. And if you look at till where where the shot was taken, it was quite far off. But again, not denying the audacity of trying to attempt something
Yeah,
like that at that particular moment of time. And again,
yeah,
I completely agree with what Pranav is saying. Sunderland had a good favorable run of fixtures and they capitalized on it. Not many teams
yeah.
have done that. Secondly, enough hasn't been spoken about how Arsenal have been able to manage this whole run in with the kind of fixtures that they had, along with the number of players that they did not have from an attacking perspective. So again, both me and Pranav have been discussing this. We are very, very happy that we came off with a point, did not lose the game, came back scoring two goals, two really, really good goals. And yeah, uh, time side is not the strongest place for Arsenal to visit. Is the understanding here, but we've showed enough spirit to come back from conceding a goal, scoring two goals. Unfortunately, we weren't able to keep that, and win it again. But it's fine. We take it.
I think just one last thought on that part, like on Arsenal, just for people who keep stats. Both Arsenal goals came from open play, none from set pieces, right? And the reason why I say this is even while watching the games, I feel that yes, they are slightly more reliant on set pieces, especially with so many attackers out, where chance creation has gone down. Uh, Against a Sunderland team who were super physical, got their first goal, went into a deep low block. For Arsenal to come back and score two goals from open play, I think that was really good to see, just from the way the team and the players are gelling with each other. So yeah,
Yeah,
Just
yep,
1 point on Sunderland. They are sitting fourth on the table. Still, there is no one standout player from their team. It's such a good team effort they're putting that everyone is.
yeah, it's a combination of that team effort plus vibes that they are
Yeah,
riding
yeah,
on.
yeah.
yeah.
So everyone is chipping in somewhere. Yeah,
Correct.
yeah,
So I don't want to bring the AFCON point right now, but Sunderland have three starters
Yeah,
who are gonna
lot
go
of like a lot of on their
three
bench also who are
starters
not.
and six bench
Yeah,
players.
yeah.
So
Some at
they're
8 to 10
gonna
players. Yeah.
that's gonna be another thing. So anybody who's
Yeah.
thinking of getting Ballard after that after that insane performance against Arsenal, just keep this in mind. And again, of course, an Arsenal graduate had to show up. So yeah, I've followed the Ballard story quite closely because again, like Pranav, both of us follow the Arsenal academy scenes quite keenly. So I remember Ballard going to Sunderland on loan when they were in the League One, and he helped them get promoted from League One to the Championship. This was a few years ago. Insane story of how he's been able to play with the club, grow with the club.
21, right? I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think he was on loan. He was still under the Arsenal contract, and I think at the end of 22 or 23, he signed on a full deal with them. So
yeah,
it was a good story, and yeah, I don't care if he celebrated. It was vindication for him.
Nice.
yep, yep. On to the next one. I think Chimpy got his prediction spot on with a 3-0 win, whereas we expected Chelsea to ship in a few goals and probably get another red card. So, how does it feel with ending the match with 11 players on the pitch?
Good, good. It just feels good. But yeah, I think Wolves is a team to target. As simple as that. Even with the new manager, I don't know how they will bounce back. If you see in the match or the highlights, it's just one-way traffic throughout the 90 minutes. Hardly any chance they have created, and they are vulnerable in their defense also. Sad part from FPL point of view, there was a very good assist from Enzo, which Garnacho missed. There was a very good free kick from Enzo, which got saved. So yeah, he's still, I think, a hold for Burnley if he's fit, and if not, then by that time Palmer, once he's back, I think he's a easy sell, because then the routes to point will just go down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Well,
I was watching the game expecting an Enzo hat trick, but yeah, I think that would suddenly change to yes, hat trick of goals from Chelsea.
We are so unlucky to own Enzo in such a bad patch, and
Yeah,
like
it's
Pedro is
just
scoring
crazy.
left, right, central, who was not on, on the score sheet
Yeah, he was
4 to
injured. He
5
was
game
not
weeks.
playing. It's crazy.
But yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's been
think
the
yeah, it
season,
was a.
honestly.
But overall, from the game point of view, easy win. And if we would have drawn or lost, then it would have been a different
Yeah,
story. But I think this was pretty much expected.
yeah.
yeah.
Chippy,
And Rob,
another important question. Is this Chelsea's title charge then? They're sitting second in the table.
I don't know. Only if Arsenal and City do something shitty, or they just lose their shits in the coming game weeks. Otherwise, it's very difficult given how Arsenal and City are currently controlling the games. Like
Pranav,
Chelsea is very unpredictable right now. That okay against Wolves, I was okay hoping for the win, but you saw against Sunderland how we just let go that match towards the last 90th minute or something. That's not the right way to play. So again, it's very unpredictable. I don't think there's a chance of a title, but yeah, I think it's between City and Arsenal clearly.
Pranav, small corrections. Chelsea are third, City are second.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, yeah.
Third.
Before the City game, they were
Yeah, yeah.
second. Yeah, yeah. Correct. Correct. Yeah. Fair.
And one last note on the Wolves is Rob Edwards is joining them as the manager. Um, again, Luton Town, uh, uh, they were also quite aggressive at home, but not so much away. So possibly that's also something that we could expect from them. But again, they don't have enough good players as things stand. Maybe January is somewhere they can potentially turn their tide. Wolves is a wait and watch target fixture. I agree. Nothing more.
Yep.
On to the Villa Bournemouth game. Personally, as a Tennessee owner and a Semenyo owner, this was quite disappointing. But what is did anybody catch the match? I did watch the highlights, but
No, I didn't watch any of it, honestly. Like, this was one game where it completely slipped. I think, yeah, very surprising. At some point, by the way, last week, I think, yeah, let me come to my team. So I got Embuemo last week, and there was a thought that I had where should I get Morgan Rogers in? Yeah, and I actually thought that, oh, Villa are on this turn. But then when I looked at the result at the end of it, I was like, oh, Rogers has not even scored,
Yeah,
even in four
exactly,
goals.
that's what
I was
it's
like,
same
okay,
thing with it's the same thing like West Ham. The goals score is like it's so spread out. There's
yeah,
Marlin who comes as a sub and do something crazy. There is like Rogers putting assist. There's Bundia. There is Barkley scoring. So anything is happening.
yeah, yeah. But surprising, right? Villa winning
yeah,
4-0 against Bournemouth.
Yeah.
yeah, it's completely did not expect this. Honestly, I for one thought that again we have to mention the Semenyo penalty miss as well. That was also at a very crucial juncture. Uh,
Yeah,
that was something uh, that hit the momentum that Bournemouth were on, and they considered a lot of goals late in the game. That was also something which did not help the Bournemouth uh, potential comeback. It was quite a bad game, honestly. And
I
again,
think
we
it was
lost a
just
lot
one
of
of
steam.
those. Yeah, just one of those games where I was just checking the XG. Villa's XG is 1.7. Bournemouth XG is 1.61.
Exactly.
So the scoreline is not really doing
Yeah.
justice to how probably close the game was. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly, exactly. It's just a matter of uh, uh, like uh, like I think Pranav you mentioned Villa are on this turn of fixtures. Anything that they try, anything that they're shooting is something that's going in. All of
Yeah.
their
yeah,
the wonder goal that they scored against who was it? Tottenham.
Even this game, Bundia's free kick,
right.
whatever it
Yeah,
was, Barkley's header, it was
and
a fluke kind of a thing. So
exactly. So they're just on this run. They're just on this patch, and yeah, they're riding on it. This is peak Emery, honestly. Like having him as a manager was so frustrating, and yeah, peak Emery. That's all.
yeah.
Wait and watch.
Yeah,
Nobody get Villa assets. That's all I would say.
Yeah, yeah, fair. We can wait on that. On the next one, I think Newcastle with their away troubles continuing into this game, and then Brentford snatching a win. Others and I went for a Brentford win. None of us went for a Newcastle win, which actually tells that it's pretty much the result that was expected.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on the game? Is Igor Thiago an asset to get, given how
So,
overall Brentford are playing? Yeah.
like before going to Thiago, everybody
Hmm.
were on Newcastle, their defense, how great they are, and post that they've shipped,
Three or
I
four
think three
game
goals
weeks, yeah.
each. Yeah, 3 goals each to a West Ham and a Brentford team. A lot of people at that point of time were looking at Burn as an asset to get. Burn ended up getting a red card. So it's just people looking at very micro level stats and then making decisions rather than looking at it from an overall perspective. Because I had watched the Newcastle games and how they've been playing. Yes, they did well, but I wasn't really sure that they were the defense to invest, especially given the kind of fixtures that they were going in. Uh,
Hmm.
as for Thiago, I still think he's a wait and watch, majorly because uh, he is currently on an efficiency streak of, I think, 67 percentage of shots getting converted to goals. I think it's 60 plus, second to only Mateta or Haaland. I'm not able to recall who. Um, but he doesn't get the volume of chances. So it's
That
a
stat sounds quite off to me. Like that conversion rate is insane, isn't it?
conversion rate is insane. I'll bring it up. I think I
Wow.
shared in our group. He is second right now amongst all the players in the Premier League.
Mm.
So I think he's on a hot streak right now. He is having middling fixtures. So if it's between a Mateta and a Tiago, I'll always go for Mateta, given the fixtures that they're on. Yes, the fixture pile-up is coming for Palace. Um, and again, I think it was a penalty that he scored the second
Yeah,
goal on. The
one
first
was
goal,
penalty.
yeah. So again, how many times is he going to get it? At 6 million,
And it was after red
definitely.
card. Both of his goals are after the red card, so that's also something to
Exactly.
consider.
So his
Yeah.
volume of chances are quite low, and not slighting the player at 6 million is a great player
Yeah.
to own. But I'm not keen on him if I'm able to have another 1.5 million to upgrade him to Mateta or somebody else.
Same, I think Haaland and Mateta are better, much better than Thiago right now in forward line. And third one, I would rather have that money in the my mid rather than forward. Currently, with so many options in the mid available, so I'm
Yeah.
planning to move like to you as a bench fodder, as a third forward and ship that money to midfield.
One only one question is uh, then that means that in case, let's say, a Palmer comes back,
That's fine.
Chelsea slightly get more better. That means that you are not going to have uh, a potential triple up on Chelsea who are actually starters for you. So do you think Gui is the right move? Could you potentially get any other kind of fodder?
Chelsea
Is
triple
a
up anyway feels risky to me, and two players are good enough. So if the Palmer is fit, I'll just get Palmer or I'll keep the Enzo in the
run of
Chelsea
hot take.
best.
Even on a title run, he's saying Chelsea too good enough.
No, no, I think even one player from Chelsea is currently difficult for me. Yeah.
Pedro has been my top scorer over the last 2 game weeks.
Yeah, like we'll
I
definitely we'll
don't
have
care.
to check if Palmer come back and if that bromance again flourishes, then something to
Yeah.
consider. But we can then downgrade Mateta and keep the Sar in the midfield. That's also an option.
Why Sar is going to AFCON?
Oh yeah, that's also there. Then we'll need to put that money in forward line if the their
Yeah.
bromance is clicking like anything. But right now I don't know. It's so much uncertainty with Palmer injury. We don't have any fixed timeline, so it's just wait and
Mm,
watch for now.
got it. Uh, on that note, uh, quickly moving on to the Palace game. Uh,
Such a
I
bad luck.
think
Such
it
a
was a bad
bad
game.
luck. Like no, it was like so many chances Crystal Palace had. I don't know how this scoreline is 0-0. It was so good game, but like scoreline doesn't justify how good game it was from the both the end. It was not just from Palace's end. Both were like going on for it, but yeah, it's just too many chances, but not a like a scoreline which I thought of. None of us thought of, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I expected goals, goals, goals. Uh, but again, happy to have a result which I predicted, which neither of you had gotten as well for the first time, I think, in the last 2 weeks. But
Yeah,
yeah, there was nothing specific to add. I really did expect it to be similar to the Villa. I think was it the Villa Bournemouth game or was it the sorry Bournemouth Palace game where it's going to be
Yeah.
attacking systems, unlocking. Chances was there, neither team finished. So yeah, that was just the whole summary of the whole game.
So frustrating to watch it as a SAR and
Yeah,
Madrid owner. They were both had good amount of chances, but they're just not able to create.
and being a Munoz owner, I was always looking at, oh, a cross is coming from the left. Guess who's in the center? But the ball is not reaching him. Someday the ball is going to reach him and he's going to have a 20, 25 pointer. I'm just waiting for that.
On to
yeah.
the
I think
yeah, bro.
Palace, Brighton, Gehi not playing also had a part to play
Yeah.
there. I feel
Yeah.
just gives. I mean, being the club captain, of course, and just being the quality of player that he is, maybe Palace could have been. He like they lacked that stability at the back. I would say with Gehi not playing that game.
So, a good point about Gehi actually. More than stability, Gehi is
Hmm.
actually, uh, uh, I think, top by a margin for progressive passes for Palace. I think
Yeah.
he's had some 67 passes into the final third. The next
Hmm.
one is Sar, who's at 40 or somewhere along
Hmm.
those lines. Gehi is basically the one guy who is putting the ball up the pitch to make sure that the attack transitions faster. So 100%, they miss Gehi in this particular transition as well.
Yep. 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 On to the second last game. Forest leads. Quick thoughts.
Dice ball, dice ball is rocking.
Reverse dice ball. He's never been so attacking, but yeah, I think Gibbs White and his partnership is clicking, and once Wood is
No,
back,
no,
Yeah.
I disagree. Daesh has had some crazy games where he's hit people. Gunmunson scoring a few crazy goals. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh, it's Chimpy. I think it's more like Daesh against like Leeds are another one of those whipping boys. At least Leeds away from home,
yeah.
and I say it again and again and again. I'll say it again this week. Daniel Farka Leeds. That
Away,
combination is not
yeah.
sitting well. Yeah, away from home. So yeah, I think very much as expected. I would say Adarsh had the closest scoreline, in fact, with a three
yeah,
nil kind of a prediction. But Forest look good. Forest look more settled with Daesh, and like credit to both the managers who have taken their teams midway in the
yeah,
season after the sacking. I think West Ham are
you
also
know,
picking
and
up pace.
yeah,
Forest are also picking up pace. So these are teams that are again, probably, oh, can you get one asset in somewhere who
correct.
is like a banker? Yeah, that might creep in as we go towards like Gameweek 15 and all those other things. Yeah.
Okay,
All right. Should
game
we
one,
close
On to the
out the
big one.
last big result? Yeah.
game
On to the
City
big
Liverpool.
one.
yes.
Oof. Thumping. Thumping. Yeah.
Broku, man, like what a player. I don't want to own him in FPL because he's not like someone who
Yeah.
will give you consistent point, but what a baller he is. What a baller he is. He's just like rattled that Liverpool defense.
Single-handedly, like
Yeah,
three people are around him. He's just wiggled across, whipped them, and then ran across. This is crazy. Yeah, I think Uh, it was a very, very complete performance from City. They, of course, Liverpool did get opportunities, but never big enough opportunities for them to either capitalize or make it a bigger contest. City just outplayed them, and Pep's overthinking worked this time around, where Yeah, even with the penalty miss, Haaland looked like he was on it. Haaland looked like, give me an opportunity, I will do it. There's a very interesting video that City posted actually of the Haaland goal that he scored. It's actually Pranav, you'll remember how Arsenal used to do this total football, all the players getting involved, X number of passes before this particular goal. City actually
Hmm.
did that. It's like how to beat a counter press, which started at the right wing of Liverpool, right near the corner flag. Bernardo Silva picking up the ball there, getting the pressure out, and all the 10 players touching the ball before the goal went in
Oh,
without any
Nice.
kind of Liverpool intervention. So, like they were able to unlock the Liverpool puzzle. They were able to get through the particular kind of pressure that Liverpool were putting on. It was honestly it was a fabulous performance. Nothing, nothing there, and which brings to the question: what do we really think about Liverpool assets given the fixture turn, given the form that they're on? Uh, Salah, no Salah. Uh, Ekitike looked slightly sparky, but other than that, nobody else. What's the shape that they're on? Why is Wirtz playing at left wing, not Gakpo? Uh, there's a lot of questions. So, Boslai, what do you think about him?
Yeah, let's look at Liverpool fixtures where they are and how does it look for them. I think the reason for optimism despite the result against City is the fact that they have really good fixtures coming up. Forest at home, West Ham away, Sunderland home, Leeds away, Brighton home, till probably about Spurs away. But then Spurs at home aren't that good
Wolves
either,
home.
and then they have again Wolves home and Leeds home. So I mean, this is a fixture run that goes until 7th of Jan, like for a good 2 months. They really have top fixtures. The question now is more about who
who?
rather than yeah. I
Yes.
think all of us are then convinced of the fact that like sure City drubbed Liverpool last week, but they still are the team to look out for in the upcoming games in terms of getting assets in, right?
Yep.
Uh,
100%. 100%.
I'm bit 80-20 on that because just now we said right, okay, Nottingham Forest is on upward trend, West Ham is on upward trend, Sunderland they be like
Yeah,
drew with Arsenal 2-2, Leeds away
yeah,
is always a tough fixture, and then
yeah.
it only
Fair,
leaves you
fair.
with Wolves and Leeds. So anything can
Yeah.
happen with the how Liverpool have performed so far. Like Liverpool will come back. Liverpool will come back. All the FPL and all the football fans are saying it for last I think 3-4 game weeks now. Apart from the City, there were good game weeks they had before this also, but still they are not clicking as such. So I'm still not like again who is the big question. That's why also at the same time because all of these teams are kind of on an upward trajectory, they'll see okay Liverpool is on a downward trajectory. Let's target this game. Let's see how we can beat the slot.
So,
So
one thing that we do need to consider is that Allison is potentially going to come back. Allison coming back is going to change a lot of things for Liverpool. Majorly because he's going to bring that stability for them. Now, I agree. Uh,
But
now,
sorry to interrupt. I just feel like okay, fine, Allison will come back, but Mamadar Shivli hasn't done like anything wrong per se.
mm,
Like it's more what happens outside the box where Liverpool are feeling.
yeah,
Sure, Allison gives more comfort to the
he saved
defense.
the
I get
penalty
it.
also, Haaland.
Yeah, and then and I agree also to the fact that Allison is just like a top, probably the best keeper in the league and has
yeah,
been so for a long time. But then beyond that, their problems are like much beyond the goalkeeper, and the current
fair,
one
fair.
hasn't done much wrong. Yeah,
Fair enough. So my thing was that Allison offers also something slightly more better on the ball. I'm not saying he's a Raya, but he does offer those insanely long throws, out balls, etc. That is one. I'm not saying Mohammad Arshali is the issue, but like I said, slightly more comfort. Now my bigger question is, with AFCON coming in right now, is this actually going to be beneficial for Liverpool to play 3-4 game weeks without Salah in the system, figure out something new? with all the new players, and potentially are they going to hit the purple patch at that point of time between game week 16 to let's say game week 19, when Salah is not going to be there and they're able to, you know, score a few goals. Because see, the thing is, Liverpool are like a diesel engine. They just need momentum. After getting that momentum, they will somehow get and click into gear. They've not like teams. Thankfully, have been able to figure out how they play and stop them in their tracks. But is that like I have a that's my question. So if Salah is not there, what's their structure going to be like? Who's going to be playing? Who's going to be playing where? How are the team going to line up? Because that's also going to be very
Yeah,
interesting.
it's all up in the air right now. I just feel, is there a world where after Salah goes to AFCON, Wirtz plays on the right, Isak and Ekitike keep switching between the left wing and striker position just to again, it's that whole conundrum with Slot, right, where he's trying to fit in all his best players on the pitch, but that's not really clicking for them. But maybe there is an opportunity that is coming more by default, where Salah will go to AFCON and then you have Wirtz on the right, Isak on the left, Ekitike up top, and maybe that clicks potentially. In terms of like assets to own, I think I personally cannot think beyond Van Dijk, because just like potentially they still end up keeping clean sheets, and that's where the Allison factor will come in, where there is more comfort for the defensive line, I would say, versus what it is right now. So Van Dijk, and at max, if I can fit in that 6.5 million kind of a midfielder, I look for Soboslai. Soboslai takes set pieces. He's a DEFCON monster. Sometimes he plays right back. Wherever he plays, basically. If he's playing in the 10 kind of a role, he's creating chances. If he's playing right back, he's giving DEFCON points, takes free kicks, takes corners, etc.
Agree.
Uh, Beyond those two players, I
Agree.
just can't put my money on any other Liverpool asset right now. But
Hmm.
still to be planned, still to see how things will come
Yeah.
together.
So
I think I'll be sitting out on this one at
yeah,
least for
yeah.
the Forest game. I feel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just 30 seconds on this. So let's break it into pre and post AFCON. Post AFCON, no one knows how the slot will line up. So no
Yeah.
guessing that, and we'll anyway get five transfer. No one of us will bring Liverpool because we don't know who will play. If by that time we have some clarity, good enough. But there are 4 to 5 games before that, and as Pranav mentioned, Ekitike minutes risk. Words, no one is getting him because no assist, no goals so far. Salah again not pitching in. Only option is Soboslai. No one is going for Gravenberch, Mark Allister, Robertson, Konate, maybe an alternative for Van Dijk. So it's just between Konate, Van Dijk, and Sobo, I feel. But that too, there are so many good options in the defense right now, apart from just banging on Allison's masterclass. And
Hmm.
again, in the midfield, I am just not convinced, even with the fixtures, that okay, I have to get a Liverpool asset.
Got it. So, Chimpi, like just a question. Okay, this is something that I'm contemplating. The Enzo slot that you have,
Hmm.
isn't that a very easy Soboslai move? Like, are you considering that?
It is, but that's what like if I want to get Bumo or Bruno, I have
Hmm.
an option to either go from King to United midfielder or uh, like Enzo to United midfielder. And if Palmer comes back after this international break, he's something to think about. Gibbs White is putting better numbers than any of the midfielders in Liverpool currently. He's something to think about. I just feel there are a lot of options that can and are currently in midfield, and just to directly switch sideways to Soboslai. As I Pranav mentioned, I still want to get give the Nottingham Forest game, see how they are playing. I
Hmm.
and rather get another player right now, and then
Hmm.
if we feel okay, Liverpool is started clicking, then okay, it's a good time to jump on Soboslai.
I think my Enzo slot is a direct opportunity for me to get Soboslai quite early. I am definitely contemplating it. Not this week, but next week for sure.
Yeah, this week
Major,
Burnley is a good fixture for Enzo to have.
yeah, exactly. It's the fixture, and I've also already on a hit. I don't want to take another one. And given Pedro coming back slightly into form, I just want to take Enzo out so that he starts scoring and Pedro comes back to giving 1 2 points because just because I was owning this one and not the other one. But yeah,
Sorry, you said you are already on a hit. Who's who's gone out?
so like if you show my team, um, so my team structure has now I've taken out Ezra, I've taken out Kudus, and I've taken out Bowen to get Mateta, Mbuemo, and I've gotten Potts, who's going to be my bench warmer. Yes, I'm going back on what I said earlier. It's just because Kudus and Ezra uh, have Eze at least is around the goal at taking shots. Just that it's he's
Someone
not
has
getting enough
pressed.
time to do
Yeah.
it. But Kudus is just playing like a corner flag. He's nowhere near. He's just a
Corner
corner
flag.
flag. He's just standing there. Like I don't know what's happening. Like I don't know if it's the Pep ideology where you stay as wide as possible, and it's just so sad. So I've just gone away and gotten Mbuemo. It was quite an early transfer because I was worried about price rises and price drops. Uh, but unfortunately or fortunately, only was able to gain a point two because Kudus dropped, Mbuemo rose, but Mateta still hasn't risen. But that's again, I'm okay. I think this is for the better.
So you had two free transfers in.
I had two free transfers and took a hit.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
Potts,
Interesting.
again, Potts is basically a player who is 4.4 at West Ham. Started both the games under Nuno. Defcon, he's hit Defcon in both the games. Uh, fun trivia is he's also the son of one of their yeah, I don't want to say legend, but one of their players who's played more than 500 appearances for West Ham, one of their biggest stalwart players, who's also happens to be in Nuno's support staff as well. So I'm very sure Dad's going to be on the son to make sure he's good enough to live up to his name. So he will be playing in some capacity better than King.
Wonder if Dad's got his son in his mini league as well.
Possible. And
Uh,
yes, on that note, last bit is Potts is also taking some kind of set pieces as well. So yeah,
yeah, yeah.
4.4 insane value. I just got him on a hit.
Fair, fair, fair. So yeah, I think Liverpool, as much as everyone's going gaga over their fixtures, it's still like a wait and see, a wait and watch kind of a move, at least for now, given
Mm.
how attractive other assets are,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
All right. And just from Liverpool, then the other conversation which has come up multiple times is around AFCON and just overall on chip strategies and on what happens. So, any thoughts on those, at least for people who still have the wild card from this half of the season? It almost seems like this is the week to
Yeah.
play the wild card.
Yeah, I think this is the definitely a game week to play the wild card. If you are still left with that, because anyway, within 4 game weeks from now, you'll get 5 free transfer. Everyone will by 15th of game week 15th, you have to use all your transfer. Everyone will get 5 free transfer on game week 16. So wild card, if it's left, definitely a good game week to play with the some of the fixture swings that you are seeing. Bench boost, just get done with it whenever you want to, any time between week 12 to 19. It's just a lucky. If you get lucky, you'll get good points. More conversation is on the free hit and triple captain. So I was discussing this with my office folks also. So some of like the good game week to free hit, I feel is currently 13 because for the folks who are loaded up on United and Crystal Palace assets, they play each other. For the folks who are loaded up on Chelsea and Arsenal, they play each other. And there is a good fixture for I think Thiago. If you don't want to get Thiago long term, Burnley is a good fixture. You can get him for the 1 game week and then ship him off. If you have just Haaland, it's a good fixture for City, so you can get some defense or more attacking points in there. And obviously Aston Villa plays Wolves, so again we don't know whom to get from Aston Villa, but it will be a good punt week to get one or two players from Aston Villa. So
Yeah.
currently I am leaning on game week 13 because I have three Crystal Palace. I am planning to get Mbuemo. I have Enzo. I have three Arsenal, and I don't want to get Thiago long term. So that is one game week, or there is game week 15 also, where another option is you triple captain Haaland in game week 13, but there are other opportunities game week 15 and 17. 15 I won't go for given the Sunderland's performance against Arsenal, but yeah, West Ham is still a good fixture, so triple captaincy is also a good shout out for game week 13 if you have already used your free hit, or if you want to use it for some other game week like game week 15 or game week 17 or 16 basis your team. There is one more thinking right now that since everyone is getting 5 free transfer in game week 16, few of the folks might game free hit on in game week 16 so that they can carry forward all those transfers in game week 17. So good 2 game weeks they can target very aggressively. So that's another tactic that someone can follow. It's very team dependent, but 13 looks like a good game week window if you are high on Crystal Palace, United, Chelsea, Arsenal.
Interesting, interesting. Pretty much covered most things. Yeah, I think for people with triple captain, game week 13 seems to be with the one to target.
Yeah, 100%.
Leeds away from home, City at home. Uh, yeah, I mean, I can't think of a better game if you have something in your back pocket right now. On the whole five transfers thing, I think. Yeah, I hadn't really thought about this. Like, you can just free hit on 16 and save all
You're
the fives on
welcome.
17.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely, lovely. Sounds like a plan. And given how this week is looking, I think Chelsea are good to target. Hopefully, Palmer is back by then. You can fit him
Yeah.
in for 1 week. If he looks good, then you get him in the next week. If he doesn't look good, then sure you're back to your original team then.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah.
And
Sounds
again,
good.
and
Sounds
also
Brentford
good.
has Leeds, your Aston Villa. Same, whatever applies for game week 13 generally applies for game week 15. Arsenal,
Yeah.
okay, you have triple up, but Aston Villa, Brentford, if you don't want to get long term,
Yeah,
they're
I
having
mean, even on Arsenal triple up, potentially one can say that you can get rid of Raya, get another attacker
yes,
to
yes.
get more returns on
100%.
the Wolves home game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you have, of course, the Thiago shout out here, potentially Palmer here. So, yeah, exciting games, even for 16 then.
And again, one thing that the only thing that Chimpy hasn't covered is basically we should look at the next 4 game weeks as a smaller sprint, target those fixtures majorly because we're getting those 5 free transfers anyways as a gift. So target players who's going to have a fixture swing there, which is why I'm considering somebody like Liverpool. Somehow figure out where Liverpool could be fixtured in this particular piece. Not sell somebody like a Semenyo or a Senesi. Still keep faith because they're going to get into a purple patch of fixtures anyways. So um, load up on Manchester United, even though, or rather, bet on Mbuemo, even though he's going to leave very soon. It's just
Yeah.
it's there for the taking. It's there. These could be where you're able to make those micro gains, especially when you've gotten so many red arrows like me. Uh, so yeah, just that one last thought.
Just one point on game week 13 free hit is I think there are mid Champions League game. Like I think Chelsea
They
is
are.
playing some tough fixture. Liverpool is
Arsenal is
playing
playing
PSV, Arsenal,
Munich,
Munich. So
Munich at home.
uh, it's some like good and bad also because then if you are shipping off your Arsenal and Chelsea, good that okay you are getting from Aston Villa and other teams who are not will not rotate heavily, but
Yeah,
City might rotate. So if you want to get three City, just wait and watch, keep your free hit, team ready, and if you get any leaks, it's better to like press the free hit button and go for it.
yeah, 100%.
Yep. All right. I think we've covered most of the things for a blank week, an absolute
Yeah.
blank week. And we'll be back again next week covering the predictions for the games to come. And
Yes.
yeah, potential other team dilemmas closer to the deadline and seeing if there have been, I hope not, no more injuries, hopefully,
Yeah.
during the international break. across our most owned FPL assets and Arsenal and Chelsea players at least. I won't wish an injury on anyone, but yeah, just yeah,
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah, that's one of the most scariest parts of doing an early transfer is knowing that your player just came back and is wobbling, is not doing well, which is quite scary for me. But then, yeah, price rises was something that I couldn't not consider. And if at all it doesn't go well, I'm just going to enable my free hit and then take it on Gameweek 12.
Yeah.
If any of my players get injured and carry forward the transfers and do it there.
nice,
Perfect.
nice. All right, I think that's a wrap.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.